Hi and welcome to another Carpenter Tutoring tutorial. I'm Amy and today we're going to be talking about translating word problems into mathematical equations and looking at a couple examples of doing that together. Let's jump right on into our first example. So we have the word problem. The total cost is the number of boxes times 3, and we have to change this into a mathematical equation. The reason I know that this is an equation rather than an expression is the fact that we're comparing two different values together. What I'm looking out for in my word problem is the word is. Is the word equivalent of the equal sign. And whatever's on either side of that equal sign in my words is telling me the two sides of this equation. So the first thing that I have is the total cost. Well, based on this sentence, I don't know what the total cost is. So I'm going to have to define a variable that tells me what this represents. I'm going to choose to use t as my variable, which represents the total cost. I use T for total. You might use C for cost. You could use X just because you like that letter. It doesn't matter what your variable is so long as you define it for yourself. So we're using T to represent the total cost. Is the number of boxes. Well, I don't know how many boxes there are either, so I'm going to have to define another variable to represent that unknown value. I'm going to use the variable B for boxes, but B represents the number of boxes. Times 3. Times tells me to use multiplication, and 3 just stays the number 3. Now that we have all of our parts figured out and we've defined variables where we need to, we can take each of the sections of this word problem and keep them in the same order in this case and turn it into a mathematical equation. So we get T equals B times 3. Now we have a more consistent way or a more popular way to represent multiplication between a variable and a constant like 3. So I could also rewrite this as T equals 3b. It's still showing multiplication between the 3 and the b. I've just written it in more of an algebraic way. No matter which way you want to represent it, both of these equations are accurate representations of the word sentence that we began with. Let's take a look at the second example. What is the number of slices of pizza left from an 8-slice pizza after you have eaten some slices? Here is our is. This is our equal sign. And what's on the left-hand side of that equal sign is what? Well, we definitely don't know what value that is, so that must be an unknown. We get a little more description in this case after the equal sign of what that what is talking about. So it's talking about the number of pizza slices left. So I'm going to use the variable L for pizza slices left. All right, so we have from what is the number of slices of pizza left. That's all handled with L equals. Now we know we're taking that from an 8-slice pizza. So 8 slices was our starting point. And then we're taking something away from that 8-slice pizza. That tells me that I'm probably doing subtraction or division. That's the way that we take things away. This problem isn't asking me to take away equal groups or create equal groups with that pizza. So I'm probably doing subtraction instead of division. So we start with 8 and then we take away or subtract some slices that you have eaten. Now we don't know how many slices you've eaten, so what we'll have to do is, again, define another variable to represent the slices that you have eaten. In an earlier video about defining variables, we said that it's not a good idea to use e as a variable because it actually has a particular value that it represents. So I'm not going to use e for pizza slices eaten. Instead, I'll use g for pizza slices gone, and they're gone because you ate them. All right, so g equals pizza slices eaten. Now that we've ordered everything, we can create our mathematical equation. So L, or the pizza slices left over, is our 8-slice pizza minus however many slices we've eaten, which we represented with G. So our mathematical equation to represent this situation is L equals 8 minus G. I hope that this was helpful to see a couple examples of turning word problems into equations. As always, if you have any questions or would like to see other topics discussed, please let me know down in the comments. There's also a link to my website in the description in case you'd like additional one-on-one help. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with me, and I'll catch you next time.